Welcome trainers, Watts here, and today we are going to be doing a competitive analysis over Oranguru in VGC. So this Pokemon is a new Pokemon introduced in Generation 7, and let's just jump into its stats. It has a HP of 90, an attack of 60, a defense of 80, a special attack of 90, a special defense of 110, and a speed of 60, with a stat total of 490. So overall, this Pokemon has really decent stats. And 80 defense, 90 HP, and a 110 special defense is actually a very bulky Pokemon. 60 attack is abysmal, but we're not using it for this attack. And 90 special attack is very decent, with a low speed, which is something to take note, but it's not a big deal considering how bulky this mon is. Next up is its typing. It is a Psychic normal type, which we have seen once before, and it is weak to Bug and Dark, with an immunity to Ghost and a resistance to Psychic. So defensively, it is not bad. It's weak to only 2 typings, which is very good, but has just 1 resistance and 1 immunity. As for coverage, normal type doesn't bring anything to the table, so it's basically just what Psychic can cover. Next up is the abilities. It gets Telepathy, which prevents the Pokemon from taking damage from allies' attacks, and Inner Focus, which prevents the Pokemon from being flinched. Both these abilities are very useful in VGC. Next up are the notable moves. It gets Instruct, which is its signature move, a new move introduced in Generation 7, which selects your ally and then copies their attack. So basically, whatever attack they used last, Oranguru will make them use it again once Oranguru uses Instruct. It also gets Trick Room, Psychic, Psychic Terrain, Foul Play, Taunt, Nasty Plot, Calm Mind, Light Screen, Sunny Day, Bulldoze, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, Rain Dance, and Substitute. Rain Dance and Sunny Day might be useful in case the format is weather dependent. As for some quick Instruct information and mechanics, Instruct doesn't have any negative priority or positive priority, so whenever Oranguru moves is when it copies the ally's attack. It will fail if used first, as there was no previous move to repeat, and this only applies for the first turn, however, as it can instruct the user to use the move from last turn too, not just the same turn. So, if you use Instruct and outspeed your ally on the very first turn, it won't do anything. It will fail. But if on turn 2 you Instruct and you outspeed your ally, but your ally used, let's say, Hyper Voice last turn, then it'll use the Hyper Voice the following turn. So it'll instruct the Hyper Voice that the ally performed last turn first, and then your ally does whatever it was doing for the turn. And you cannot instruct a Z move. So an example set can be Oranguru with a Mental Herb. I think Mental Herb is very important on this Pokemon, as Instruct is your main offense move, and that is a status move. And it's only going to have about 1 attack, so being taunted can be really bad for this Pokemon. You can also possibly go for a Citrus Berry, but I think Mental Herb will be very important. Next, with a Bold Nature or a Relaxed Nature if you want to put this on a Trick Room team, with Telepathy or Inner Focus as its ability. Both are good. I think Telepathy will see more usage, but Inner Focus is solid if your team isn't running any spread moves that hit allies. And 252 HP EVs, 252 defense EVs, 4 in special attack or 4 in special defense, depending on if you're running Foul Play or Psychic. And this will obviously change in the future, seeing as what we need Oranguru to survive, since we don't know yet, but as for right now, this is a pretty straightforward EVing to make it bulkier, since its defense is a little bit lower than its special defense. And this will make it very bulky on both spectrums, defense and special defense, since it has 90 HP stat, which is very solid. As for the moves, we're putting on Instruct, Psychic or Foul Play, Protect, and Trick Room or Psychic Terrain. Trick Room can actually be very useful on this Pokemon, as once you become faster than your ally, you can still instruct them from what they did the last turn, which is really interesting. And it's very slow, so maybe you can go off fast Psychic, stuff like that, or just be a Trick Room setter for the rest of your team. And it also gets Psychic Terrain, which can also be extremely useful if you want to avoid any prankster or fake out or etc. shenanigans. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this set. It's pretty straightforward, and I feel like this will be a fairly staple or standard or go-to set for Oranguru. So make sure to look out for this mon. I think he has a ton of potential, and he's definitely something that I would expect to see in the format. So make sure to try to have a check or counter for him. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check my other videos in this series, and make sure to subscribe to see my future uploads. Again, thanks for watching. Peace, guys.